This is the L2C Media Network on YouTube. And this is the L2C Sports Final. 2 minutes early, but still well worth the price of admission. And here the day in sport, or the days in sport, and more on a couple of big stories. Let's go to Steve the Baxman Baxley. Baxman, take it away. Hi. Welcome to the broadcast. Excuse me. I'm going to take off the old HFs. The old headphones, yes. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right. This is the dawning of the age of Aquaria. There we go. Welcome to the L2C Sports Final. We have a lot on the docket, including more on a developing story. The body slamming of pro wrestling, thanks to the speaking out movement, and it has really taken flight. You heard the Wrestle Anime Hut. We talked about it on Spreaker. So we will have more information on what has been very much a ongoing developing story, including more names being bandied about on what has been a fluid and continually breaking situation. And might as well do that first. Let's in the world, this once again from 411mania.com, and here it is. And this may also explain his absence. I have no idea, but wow, this has gotten everybody. Twitter has been blowing up in the past 2 days with accusations of sexual assault against everyone from David Starr to Matt Riddle. The latest is now returning AEW announcer Justin Roberts, as a woman came forward on Twitter to post screenshots of a conversation she had with him when she was 17. In the conversation, Roberts keeps trying to get him to send her explicit photos. She wrote, quote, "I've held on to these for a long time. I felt ashamed and like somehow it was my fault. I was 17, naive, had never been spoke to in such a manner. It makes me so uncomfortable looking back at it now. Legal or not, a man in his 30s has no right to talk to a teenager. Hashtag speaking out. This is terrifying, but the right thing to do. Hashtag speaking out." And yes, he was aware I was a teenager. Legal age in the UK is 16, but if you think it's okay for a man in his 30s to converse with such a young girl, still growing physically and mentally like this, then you need a serious reality check. Wow. And we will not tell the names of anything here. This includes, the list is endless. Jim Cornette and his wife have also been pretty much put up with the stake. We've had allegations from a person named Pollyanna. We have the owners of Impact Wrestling, their statement, the WWE statement. Chikara has removed Kobold from their roster. Ligero has responded to sexual allegations as well. As you know, Jim Cornette has issued a response to the allegations of sexual misconduct against him in his own inimitable style. As reported last night, several people have accused Cornette and his wife Stacy, known as Sin in OVW, of using Cornette's power as booker to groom prospective talent and leverage them into performing sexual acts with Stacy, sexual acts, many times with Cornette watching. Allegations were levied by several people, including independent wrestler Phil Early, former OVW champion Mike Braddock, and OVW alum Body Guy. Early also indicated screenshots of alleged conversations by message with Stacy, which alluded to many of the things he's accused them of. On Friday morning, Cornette posted to Twitter essentially refute the allegations. While he did not specifically deny them, he made a sarcastic reference to the infamous Pizzagate conspiracy hoax that an alleged pedophile ring was being run for powerful and rich people in Washington, D.C. out of a pizzeria, and added, "Helpful hint, I've been told that when you're faking screenshots of something that happened years ago, you should use the person's profile picture that's only been up a week and a half. It's the little things, but that's for attorneys to discuss." Cornette's comments about fake screenshots is not entirely accurate. The screenshots appear as if they may have come from Facebook Messenger, and Facebook Messenger will show the profile picture that is current for a user's account as opposed to one they used at the time of the text. Thus, if one were to assume that the screenshots were taken yesterday from Early's Facebook Messenger history for use in supporting his allegations, even if the conversations happened a long time ago as they appeared to have been, it would have been showing Stacy Cornette's current profile picture. Outside the post she made on Early's Facebook page last night, Stacy Cornette has yet to comment on the allegations. Early has posted to Twitter denying he's trying to get publicity out and saying he simply wants, quote, two scumbags to be held accountable, and I want to know why so many established names knew and never acted, end quote. Braddock also responded, saying that Cornette, quote, is more than welcome to address any of this with me publicly. He has me blocked, though, so it's on him. He has every right to his side of the story. I'm not hearing or seeing it. One other person, well, we read that one, and we read Braddock's. Travis Banks has released a statement in response to allegations by Millie McKenzie. McKenzie also responds. This is wild. And here we go. Response and others. In a series of posts on Twitter, UK wrestler Millie McKenzie shared more details and allegations on her past relationship with NXT UK superstar Travis Banks that started when she was 17 years old. Early today, Banks released a statement in response to her allegations, which McKenzie later responded to and slammed. As previously reported, McKenzie wrote on her Twitter account, "Very scary doing this, but I don't want anyone else to have to go through what I did. Things need to change. Things didn't end with Jake. I began training under Travis Banks when I was 17. We had a secret 1-year relationship in which he wouldn't speak to me or be near me in public in case anyone would find out. Cheated on me multiple times in front of my face and was horrible to me. Had a massive effect on my mental health and self-confidence. I hated wrestling and the person I became when I was with him." Hashtag speaking out. McKenzie later shared text messages detailing an event where Banks came to her hotel room and tried to convince her to let him in. Despite her continuing refusal, you can view the alleged text messages McKenzie exchanged with Banks that were shared below. This on 411 Mania. McKenzie wrote in the caption of this event, "Finding a hotel I'm staying in, finding my room number, and knocking on my door for hours, continuously messing me when I ask you to leave is not okay." Since the release of the tweets and text messages, Travis Banks later released the following statement on his Twitter account. Quote, "Millie was a trainee of mine at Fight Club Pro. She was also a close personal friend. We would be at shows together, attend the same social events, travel together, and hang out at the wrestler's house where I was living. It was through this friendship a consensual relationship was formed. The relationship broke down between both parties and it ended. After it ended, we agreed to talk it out. We apologized to each other for any individual actions behind the relationship breakdown. After seeing these comments, I can only repeat my apology. I am truly sorry for any pain caused by the relationship." McKenzie responded to the statement put out by Banks with the following via Twitter. How dare you, Travis? I never had anything to apologize for. You manipulated your position of power over me at 17 years of age. I had no idea what a relationship actually entailed. The mental and emotional hurt you put me through is inexcusable, and I'm not the only one of your trainees that you've done this to. You are a liar, a manipulative person with no conscience, and you will always believe you are in the right. You are not right. I am not scared of you anymore. You hold no power over me. To all the people that message saying they wish they could have done more at the time, please help me now to create a safe working environment for me again and others. Don't protect him this time just because he's your friend. Progress Wrestling has, as previously reported, Progress Wrestling has indefinitely suspended Banks in response to the allegations made against him.
Locked up already.
Thank you. And the hits keep coming and coming. Velveteen Dream has now been hit with new allegations of sexual misconduct. Oh, boy. And we'll just briefly do that. Velveteen Dream has come back into the spotlight amid the flood of speaking out sexual abuse allegations with new allegations against him. As you may recall, Dream, real name Patrick Clark, garnered headlines after allegations that he sent sexually explicit photos to an underage girl, as well as having inappropriate communication with underage boys as well. Dream denied the news at the time, saying, "Be assured I did not communicate inappropriately with anyone. A private photo of mine was shared without my consent or knowledge, and I am working with a third party to look into this matter." The story more or less went away after that, but Dream has now been hit with new allegations of trying to groom underage boys. Josh Full posted to Twitter tonight allegedly that he met Dream right after he left Tough Enough at an indie show when Fuller was 16 and Clark was 19. They allegedly became friends, but Fuller claims that Dream tried to keep their friendship a secret and that a year ago he tried to get Fuller to show off his body, including his lower body, which Fuller declined. Fuller acknowledges that things never became directly sexual, but said Dream promised to get him into WWE and corroborated many of the claims made by the previous accusations, noting that Dream promised the same thing to these kids and then sexually harassed them. And it goes on from there, and quite frankly, it is rather worth a comment. But this whole thing has exploded and has taken down a lot of wrestlers, some organizations, and we'll name some of the organizations right now, and then we'll get on to the rest of our broadcast. Come forward accusing Cobalt abusive. One woman says that she began dating Cobalt while her now husband and her were broken up. She alleges that during the relationship, he was severely physically abusive, including beating her with a belt and burning her with a lighter. We should have added a disclaimer that some of this is very. Some people might find these descriptions rather not cricket. Let's just put it that way. As well as punched her hard enough that she blacked out. Both she and the second woman claimed that he was verbally abusive and lied about being separated, divorced from his wife, describing in detail the psychological effect that his abuse had on them. At least two more women have come out with allegations that are similar. Following all of this, Chikara announced, quote, "We have been made aware of recent allegations about Cobalt. We take all allegations of misconduct very seriously and are looking into the matter. Our priority is and will always be the safety of our fans, cast, and crew. In accordance with this, Cobalt has been removed from our roster." It is, in fact, the same type of response the WWE has had, the AEW has had, and let's face it, all other wrestling promotions, big, small, and independent, have also had. This is one story that is not, and I state this on record, this is not going to go away anytime soon. I just have this little feeling that there is more to this story, And it is indeed going to be around for a long time. There are reports, and though they are not confirmed, we do have that three confirmationals. Well, maybe we better not report the rumor, but let's just say watch Wednesday's Dynamite. So watch Wednesday's Dynamite broadcast live this Wednesday night on TNT. But the whole world of professional wrestling has been put into a headlock and has been taken down by a pile driver. And if there's any further information, we will bring it to you here on Sports Final. Right now, let's get you into sports and the rest of the day in sports, if we can, and we do. Hi there. Thank you. Let's go to the Belmont Stakes, where for crown winner, Tiz the Law is a winner, and he made good on his on his 4-5 odds to capture the first Triple Crown race of 2020 in the 152nd running of the Belmont Stakes. So I take back my previous statement. From the moment its plans were finalized, it was set to be the most unique in the race's history. Beyond the logistical factors, I removed the normally raucous crowd from the stands with the goal of limiting the spread of coronavirus. This year's competition in Belmont will kick off the Triple Crown rather than close it out. So I regret my previous statement and take it back. Not even the track itself was spared, as this year's Belmont Stakes was run at a shortened distance of 11 and 8 miles. Normally, the horses are challenged to run a more grueling distance of 1 1/2 miles. But that changed on Saturday for the first time since 1925. The changes on and off the track did nothing to deter the eventful winner, as Tiz the Law took the lead in the final furlong to win by 4 lengths in 1:46.53 seconds. He is the first New York-bred horse to win the Belmont Stakes since Forrester won the event in 1882. So I keep forgetting the Kentucky Derby will be the last. So it's the Belmont, the Preakness, and the Kentucky Derby. Thank you. I think I know better. Here are the Belmont Stakes results. Tiz the Law, 360 to win, 290 place, 260 to show. Dr. Post came in second, 580 to place, 420 to show, and Max Player rounds up the 3 with 520 to show. The $2 exacta, 8 and 9, paid out $19.60. The $1 trifecta, 8, 9, and 1, paid out $99.50. The $1 superfecta, 893, 893.10, paid $556.50. The full Belmont Stakes 2020 finishing order was Tiz the Law first, Dr. Post second, Max Player third, Pneumatic fourth, Tap It to Win fifth, Sol Volante sixth, Modernist seventh, Farmington Road eighth, For Left ninth, and Jungle Runner got the and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver treatment. So there you go, win, play, show, and the rest are here on Gilligan's Island. Next race, of course, will be the Preakness, and then the KYD, Kentucky Derby. Oh boy, has this not been a day for the Eagles. And trust me, it wasn't. Philadelphia Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert was reportedly attacked at a South Dakota restaurant on Friday while eating dinner with his family, according to NJ.com. A follow-up report from ESPN reveals that Goedert was able to return home uninjured and that he was fine. Not a whole lot of details about the incident in question are exactly known. All that's been officially reported beyond the attack itself is that the person who punched Goedert did so unprovoked. Why anyone would willingly punch a professional football player who is listed 6'5" and over 250 pounds, is strange enough as it is. But we continue. Goddard, who was also taken to the hospital following the attack as a precaution, but given all that is known about his situation now, it seems like nothing was wrong with him. Mike Kay, who broke the story for NJ.com, reports that the Eagles have declined to specifically comment on the situation, but noted they were aware of what has happened. Tight end is a native of South Dakota, having gone to South Dakota State before the Eagles selected him in the second round of the 2018 draft. This past season, Goddard, who is 25, appeared in 15 games during the season and racked up 58 catches for 607 yards and 5 touchdowns. It's all go, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Here. Excuse me for a moment. Oh, morning. Oh boy. Okay. In college football, in college basketball. Oops, wrong report, guys. We got the college basketball report. Okay, we need the college basketball report. B5. B5, if you will, please. B5. In college basketball, we got the right report. Let's get to it. One of the top remaining transfers on the market in the 2020 college basketball, and it disappears. The words have gone from the teleprompter. There we go. One of the top remaining transfers on the market in the 2020 college basketball recruiting cycle announced his destination Saturday. Former St. John guard L.J. Figueroa said in a social media post that he plans to join Oregon. Quote, as Figueroa wrote, first and foremost, I want to thank St. John's for the last 2 seasons. It was an incredible time, both personally and athletically. I've truly enjoyed New York City, the fans, the atmosphere, and most importantly, my teammates. In addition, I want to thank Coach Mullen for recruiting me and Coach Anderson for this past season. Unfortunately, circumstances which were out of my control forced me to transfer and look for a new opportunity. I'm looking forward to joining the University of Oregon and competing for a national championship. Go Ducks. Figueroa averaged 14.5 points on 37.3% three-point shooting in 2 seasons as a starter at St. John's, but the former junior college transfer is also known as a quality defender after averaging 1.9 steals per game over his 2 seasons with the Red Storm. He was a top 100 prospect in the 2017 high school class and could end up as an impact player for Ducks, who are the defending Pac-12 champions. Figueroa has 1 season of eligibility left and would need a waiver to play immediately. Let's continue on, shall we? We got more for you coming up. As the silence grows and it's just you and me here on the big old tubus. And we got some NASCAR news for you and everything else. So stay with us. We are getting things going here on the L2C Sports Final for a late Saturday, early Sunday morning. In the NBA, that's right, we got some NBA news for you. And assuming the 2019-2020 season of the NBA is resumed as currently planned on July 30th, in Orlando, players will have gone almost 5 months without playing a single game, or theoretically, you're on camera. Good night. I love you. I love you too, Mom. Aww. Players would have gone almost 5 months without playing a single game or theoretically holding a single group workout since the league was suspended on March 11th due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now, that's a long time. No kidding. More than an entire typical offseason for teams that advanced past the first round of a normal postseason. When this season resumes in Orlando, hopefully, there's going to be rust all over the place, with group and team activities not allowed till July 9th, per the health and safety document the league recently issued to all 30 teams. That leaves less than 3 weeks for teams to ramp back up before games. There's no question players are going to be out of shape and teams are going to be out of typical rhythm. Now, for the teams with championship aspirations, that is a particular problem. And what's the best way to deal with the problem? Get ahead of it, which brings us to rumors of LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers having secret workouts almost from the start of the suspension. On April 16th, barely a month after Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID-19 and the league was suspended and players were put under strict isolation guidelines, Danny Green told Spectrum Sportsnet that LeBron and Anthony Davis were making their facilities available to their teammates for informal, presumably, workouts. On May 21st, Shams Charania reported for Stadium that LeBron was already holding private workouts with 1 to 2 tickets at a time at a closed-off private location. And now we have the Ringer's Bill Simmons recently floating on his podcast. He has heard rumors around Los Angeles that the Lakers have been working out together at, quote, some rich guy's house, end quote. Making this even more interesting, Pelican sharpshooter J.J. Redick confirmed to Simmons that he, too, has heard similar things. Wild, isn't it? Now, while these alleged group workouts would technically be illegal under current NBA protocol, the Staples Center replica court is a way cooler topic of discussion. And yes, it does exist. It reportedly belongs to LA-based CEO named Steven Jackson. And it is such a legit facility that indeed NBA teams have held official workouts and shoot-arounds there for years. We have no NHL reports, so their season on. 10 minutes past the hour of 12. Let's take a look at the time zonage here. 27 minutes. Yep. We're still here too, folks. Trust me on this one. Once we get back to college football, and the coronavirus is playing havoc. At least 30 Louisiana State University players have been quarantined as COVID-19 concerns continue to pile up across the country, according to Ross Dellinger of Sports Illustrated. Other media outlets have reported that those in isolation have either tested positive for the virus, the exact number being unknown, or come into contact with someone who has. The Baton Rouge Advocate reported that the cases began with a group of 5 to 6 players, and it originated from a gathering of friends in Baton Rouge. LSU has not commented publicly on the number of outbreaks on its team, and longtime team associate athletic trainer Shelley Mullinix declined to provide numbers to SI. The good news, however, is that no one has required hospitalization, and few have experienced anything beyond mild symptoms. Quarantine efforts, which are designed to be overly cautious, come after some LSU football players visited a stretch of nightclubs called Tigerland near the school's campus. On Friday, the Louisiana Department of Health said at least 100 people who visited Tigerland have recently tested positive for the virus. Boys will be boys. That's about the only good thing I can say. Point. And in the NFL world, the Players Association has made some news. And Players Association Medical Director Dr. Tom Mayer released a message to players on Saturday urging them not to take part in group workouts this offseason prior to the start of training camp. This comes in response to an increase in COVID-19 infections across the league. This week in particular, there was a noticeable uptick in cases to players, which is what seems to be sparking this response by the Players Association. It was revealed earlier in the week that a number of Dallas Cowboy and Houston Texans players were diagnosed with the coronavirus. Along with those players, a member of the 49ers who was working out in Nashville with a group of his teammates also reportedly tested positive. The entire group, which consists of all the 49ers quarterbacks, including starter Jimmy Garoppolo, is now getting tested and awaiting the results. The Buccaneers also released a statement on Saturday confirming that there have been individuals who have tested positive for COVID-19 at the Advent Health Training Center. Individuals who may have been exposed have already been told by the team to quarantine for 14 days. Because of the increase in positive tests, the NFL Players Association sent out this memo to the players, urging them to press pause on any group workouts. To all players, it says. Please be advised that it is our consensus medical opinion that in light of the increase in COVID-19 cases in certain states, that no players should be engaged in practicing together in private workouts. Our goal is to have all players and your families as healthy as possible in the coming months. We are working on the best mitigation procedures at team facilities for both training camps and the upcoming season and believe that is in the best interest of all players, and we advise against any voluntary joint practices before training camp commences. The typical off-season program was thrown out the window due to the pandemic as teams held virtual sessions after being barred from holding traditional OTAs or minicamp. It was only just recently the coaches were given or even able to re-enter team facilities. As it relates to this recommendation, as everything falls completely down, hold on, folks. Got a little easy to do here. Oh boy. Okay, I think everything is here, there, and everywhere. Yep. Okay, we continue on. As it relates to the recommendation by the Players Association that prefer to keep the rust on players as they try to prepare for a 2020 regular season that may or may not even exist. According to Pro Football Talk, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray arranged a 4-day workout session with 20 of his teammates down in Dallas beginning on Sunday. The Raiders have also been getting together for workouts in Vegas per Vic Tafur of The Athletic. Because of this latest note to the players, it's unclear if those workouts or any like across the league will still occur. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, on Thursday said that he is still not 100% sure that football games will be able to play this year without the implementation of a bubble, which is what the NBA is currently planning to implement at Walt Disney World. The NFLPA medical director responded thusly. Dr. Anthony Fauci's words carry important weight as he has served our country with expert guidance and moral clarity through many crises. As we have communicated to our players throughout the spring, we know that there are significant challenges to the operation of football during the global pandemic. So far, we've been guided and made decisions based on the available science and current state of infections and hospitalizations. Our joint task force is comprised of experts in multiple areas who are working every day with health and safety in mind. So, dates will continue as we draw near possibly some sports going up and on and over and in and through. Okay, it is 16 minutes, and also the Redskins are going to be honoring are going to be retiring Bobby Mitchell's number. Hi. Oh, there you are. And rename FedEx Field's lower bowl for the Hall of Famer. And legendary Dolphins running back Jim Kick, who's fifth all-time on Miami's rushing yards list, has passed away at the age of 73. And as we continue, let's take you to NASCAR, they had the Xfinity races today. Excuse me for a moment. And how, and I say this with love and respect, how did they do? You may ask. Well, we got it. Talladega was a wild place, and once again, the mistress made it known that Dega can't be tamed. As a big pileup, a big crowd. Tomorrow it's NASCAR Cup Series from Talladega, 3 o'clock. It'll be on the big show, Fox. Talladega Superspeedway Unhinged 300 results. Justin Haley won. Justin Haley was the big winner with Ross Chastain second, Jeb Burton third, Austin Kendrick fourth, Brett Moffitt fifth, Anthony Alfredo sixth, AJ Allmendinger seventh, Greg Galding 8th, Alex Labey 9th, Noah Gragson 10th, Brandon Brown 11th, Michael Annett 12th, Jesse Little 13th, Jeffrey Earnhardt 14th, Tommy Joe Martins 15th, Brandon Jones 16th, Cesar Beccarella 17th, Chase Briscoe 18th, Robbie Lyons 19th, Mason Massey 20th, Vinnie Miller 21st, Chad Fincham 22nd, BJ McLeod 23rd, Jeremy Clements 24th, Mike Harmon 25th, Timmy Hill 26th, Matt Snyder 27th, Justin Allgaier 28th, Jeff Green 29th, Ryan Sieg 30, Cody Vanderwall 31st, Harrison Burton 32nd, Josh Williams 33rd, Joe Graff Jr. 34th, Colin Garrett 35th, Timothy Vaines 36th, Riley Herbst 37th, Matt Mills 38th, and John Jackson was 39th. And Harrison Burton's record streak of 10 straight top 10 finishes as a Sunoco rookie came to an end in turn 3 on lap 97. The number 52 Chevrolet of Cody Vanderwall checked up after contact with the car of Jeffrey Earnhardt in front of him, turned sideways near the top of the track and chased the number 20 Toyota of Burton down the track. Contact from Vanderwall's car turned Burton sideways and propelled him nose first into the outside wall. The cars of Joe Graff Jr., John Williams, and Colin Garrett were also collected. There you go from that angle. Wahoo. Okay, 20 minutes past the hour of midnight. Welcome to a Sunday, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday. Okay, let's get you over to our favorite little portion, our little coronet of the world, and that is a scoreboard. That's right. We give you soccer, maybe some e-games, baseball, basketball. You know it, you love it, and we bring it to you here on the L2C Sports Final. If you're wondering what's going on, a part of my tooth snapped off, and I got like a little sharp piece, just a little bit hanging up, and it is not doing good for my tongue. So if you all of a sudden hear me sort of going ow a lot, my apologies. Okay, let's get you ready for the scores and more here on the L2C Sports Final. We're just waiting for all the action to be given to us for tonight's adventure. We're going to add, I think we're going to add 4 minutes to the broadcast. We also got some Australian Football League reports. So let's get you with some of the soccer events that have occurred. And here we go. In the Premier League, it was Watford and Leicester, 1-1 tie. Brighton defeated Arsenal 2-1. Wolves over West Ham 2-0. Same score, different team. Crystal Palace over Bournemouth 2-0. In Das Bundesliga, Bayern Munich 3, Freiburg 1, Düsseldorf 1, Augsburg 1, Köln 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Hertha Berlin 2, Bayer Leverkusen 0, Hoffenheim 4, Union Berlin 0, Mainz 3, Werder Bremen 1, B. Mönchengladbach 3-1 winner over Paderborn, Dortmund a 2-0 winner over Leipzig, and Wolfsburg a 4-1 winner over Schalke. In the Spanish La Liga action, Levante over Espanyol 3-1. Athletic Bilbao over Betis 1-0. Getafe and Eibar tied at 1. Athletic Madrid over Valladolid 1-0. In Armenia Premier League Championship game, Noah over Lori 2-1. And Shirak Gumuri over Arat Armenia 1-0. In Austria, the Tobiko Bundesliga regulation group, Altak and Admira 1-1. Mattersburg and defeated St. Polten 2-0. Austria Vienna over Tyrol 2-1. In Belarus, Vishaya Liga action, it was Sodino and Islak in a 2-2 tie. Dynamo Brest over Gorodega 3-1. And Dynamo Minsk and Energetic BGU tied at 0. In the Vishaya League Reserve in Belarus, and we're just going to say the team, we won't say the number 2 or sequel. Beit over Beshlina 2-0. Stalker Soul Skirts, a 4-0 winner over Ruk Brest. Minsk over Vitebsk 4-1. Czech Republic Liga Championship Group, Sparta Prague over Libertek 4-1. Slava Prague over Ostrava 3-1. In the regulation group, it was Prebom 2, Sigma Olomouc 0. Tiplis 4, Karvina 1. Ziln 3, Opava 1. In Denmark Superliga regulation action, Horsens and Reinders tied at 0. In the championship group, it was Nordsjælland over Alasborg 4-0. In Hungary action, it was in the OTP Bank Liga tournament or action. Mezkovets Zori over MOL Ferva 2-1. Polska's Academy a 3-1 winner over PAX, and Ferenc Vicaros over Ujpest 1-0. In Italia Series A action, Verona over Cagliari 2-1. Torino and Parma tied at 1. Poland Championship Group in the Esquerlatas, Lech Poznan over Piast Gliwice 2-0. In the regulation group in Polish soccer, Wisła Płock and Arka Gdynia tied at 0. Rakow over Wisła 3-1. South Korea K-League action, K-League 1 action, Pohang 2, Gangwon 0. Sanggu Sangmu 1, Seongram 0. Ulsan Hyundai over Seoul 2-0. Basketball, the German BBL playoffs. Oldenburg outlasted Bamberg 89-75. Alba Berlin over Göttingen 88-85. Spain ACB final stage action. San Paulo Burgos an 87-83 winner over Real Madrid. Gran Canaria a 104-88 winner over Morabanc Andorra. And Valencia, an 89-71 winner over Basket Zaragoza. In Taiwan, the WSBL Women's Playoff, Chunghwa Telcom, a 71-67 winner over Tide Power. And Cathay Life, an 82-62 winner over Taiwan. In Turkmenistan NBLT action, Binagar over Gairat, 74-65. Dragon Oil over Grosskitsi, 78-57. In baseball action, Chiba Lodi Mariners over the Fukuoka Silverhawks 3-2, 3-6-0 Mariners, 2-8-1 Silverhawks. Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Oric Buffaloes 2-1. 250 Eagles, 111-1 Buffaloes. Nippon Ham Fighters over the Cebu Lions, 2-1. 250 Ham Fighters, 170 Lions. Yakult Swallows, a 6-2 winner over the Chunichi Dragons, 6-2, 680 for the Swallows, 280 for the Dragons. The Hiroshima Carp swam upstream to beat the Yokohama Bay Stars 10-5, 10-13-0 for the Carp, 5-10-1 for the Bay Stars. The Yomiuri Giants, well, they made small work out of the Hanshin Tigers, 11-1, 11-9-0 for the Giants, 1-6-1 for the Tigers. Games that are right now in progress: the Oric Buffaloes and the Rakuten Golden Eagles. It is 1-0 after 2 innings, 1-2-0 for the Buffaloes, 0-1-0 for the Golden Eagles. The Chunichi Dragons are beating the Yakult Swallows also in the second inning, 2-0, 2-3-0 for the Dragons, and 0-0 for the Swallows. And the Hanshin Tigers in the second inning. By the way, all these three games are in the second. Hanshin Tigers, 1-0 lead over Yomiuri Giants, 1-1-0 for the Tigers, 0-2-0 for the Giants. Czech Republic Extraliga games were all postponed. In South Korea, the KBO, last night's action, Kia Tigers over Samsung Lions, 6-3, 6-9-0 Lions, 3-9-0, or 6-9-0 Tigers, 3-9-0 Lions. Kiwoom Heroes over the SK Wyverns, 9-3, 9-10-2 Heroes, 3-10-0 Wyverns. Lottie Giants over the KT Wiz Swan, 8-0, 8-14-0 for the Giants, 0-5-1 for the Swan. Doosan Bears over the LG Twins by a score of 8-2, 8-11-0 for the Bears, 2-8-0 for the Twins. And the Haiwan Eagles over the NC Dinos, 4-3, 4-9-2 for the Eagles, 3-8-0 for the Dinos. In the CPBL in Taiwan first stage action, the Rakuten Monkeys whipped up the China Trust Brothers, 11-1, 11-14-0 Monkeys, 1-3-0 Brothers. Uni Lions slapped down the Fubon Guardians 13-4, 13-17-0 for the Lions, 4-9-1 for the Guardians. And in Taiwan CPBL minor league action, it was Uni Lions Junior, I will put, 11-5 winner over the Weishuan Dragons, 11-10-0 for Lions, 5-9-0 for the Dragons. And that leaves us about now in the 48th minute of this broadcast. Wow. That leaves us, ladies and gentlemen, with one thing left to do, and that is the shout outs, and we do so emphatically. So, and then we will disappear before your very eyes, ears, nose, and throats. We have golf, of course, this weekend, and if that's not enough, and it sure as hell isn't, we also got auto racing for you. And there is word that Bristol will allow fans back, of course, within reason. Michigan International Speedway has not made an announcement yet that fans will be welcome back, but we will let you know. Please stay tuned. I'm going to make this short, folks. Great hello to all my friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that is really try our best to keep promoting this show and keep doing it the way we've been doing it now for about 2 years. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Okay, let's try it again. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Until tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Hey, got to do something at that time period. At 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Steve Baxley, this is the Baxman. Oh, we have some AFL we have to do. And as the AFL has returned, let's give you the scores and results of round 3 as they come back with no fans, but some recorded cheers and such. So, booyah, booyah. All right. Let's get you with some big old action that took place, round 3 action. Do we scores off until the that's part of our sports leftovers. We'll also give you the winner of tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series at Dega. And we take a look to possibly baseball being played. All that and a whole lot more. Sports Final tomorrow, 11 to midnight Eastern time, unless there is an interruption in the sports force. But for right now, from all of us here at the L2C Sports Ranch and L2C Sports Final, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. No matter what sports you love, may your favorite team always be a winner. Good night, America, wherever and whomever you are, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night at 11 Eastern time for more of the L2C Sports Final, presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley for Harry Von Stuttgart and our entire crew, including station manager Sharon Baxley, my mother. Good night, and God bless.